Hey guys, this is Brian with a bright and early little morning behind the scenes video, working on my journaling for the morning as always, just getting clarity. I'm now calling this my heroes map. I start by articulating, this is my theme for the year, heroes, right? So I look at the virtues that I want to embody: strength, I'm consistently grounded, I'm calm and tranquil. If you remember euthymia, right? The Greek idea of tranquility, which means that you have clarity of who you are and what your path is. You're not looking around you and comparing yourself to other people or changing your plans every 5 minutes, right? Which leads to a level of tranquility that Seneca called euthymia. Humble, powerful, hopeful, optimistic, creative, focused, kind and generous, energized and enthusiastic, loving, present, courageous, bold, virtuous, noble. These are virtues that I want to embody this year. So that's what I write. My little optimize icon, heroes, boom, these are the virtues, and then walk through what we want to do strategically, etc. Then I had fun mapping out the ideal vision for our oasis. Lots of potential there. We got to get confirmation from the county on some things that we want to do. Anyway, separate conversation. So then I'm doing my journaling. Then I actually was just so on fire with different things, I ran out of space. So I usually put my big three, which we're going to talk about in Greatest Year Ever, and even more in Hero Training 101, which I'm very excited about. We just launched that weekend immersion. Hello, burpee announcement. Oops, we just launched the Hero Training 101 weekend immersion. Check that out at optimize.me/hero. We've already had a bunch of people sign up, which is super inspiring. Can't wait to see you all. Thanks for your support. Anyway, in Greatest Year Ever, the first big idea is going to be heroes, right? The protector, the strength for two. And the important part of that for that class is going to be we need to set a new standard. We need to know what you look like at your best, right? How we express our heroic potential will differ for all of us, but we all need to elevate our standards, I think, right? So what's the best version of you? Your eulogy virtues versus resume virtues, all that stuff. And then we walk down into our big three, right? Which is the energy, family, service, etc. So I'm working out how to help you get clarity on that by continuing to get clarity on how I'm going to do that. So energy, family, service. I think there are three things we want to think about. And I'm obviously showing you the very rough sketch that I have here in my own journaling. But who are you at your best? That's our first column here, right? We want a vision of you at your best, energy-wise, family-wise, and service-wise. And then once we get that vision, and I'll walk you through mine and encourage you to think about yours. Once we have that vision, the question is, what are you going to experience? So when you are you at your highest, best self state, energy-wise or family-wise, what are you going to experience? What positive benefits? Who will you be? And what will you experience? And then most importantly, what number one daily habit do you need to engage in? Keep it simple. You don't need to do 100 things. You need to do one thing consistently on a daily basis such that that highest version of you becomes a natural byproduct of your commitment to a very basic fundamental that you're going to repeat day in and day out, 100% non-negotiable, right? So here we go. Here's my look. Energy. Family, service. We'll start with energy. My vision. Who am I at my best energy-wise? As you know, if you've been following along these videos, my new standard energy-wise is to be a world-class athlete, right? So to qualify, I'm into Spartan races now, to qualify for the age group, kind of the junior varsity version of world-class world championships, right? That's my goal. And I now realize, you know what, I think I can achieve that end of this year. So in December, I want to qualify. Top 20 age group in the race that I do, which will qualify for the age group world championships. Okay, cool. That's my vision. That's me at my best, energy-wise. Now, why do I want to do that? Why is that important to me? Because the benefits I'm going to get, I'm going to be radiantly alive. I'm going to be in the best shape of my life. I'm going to be energized. I'm going to be enthusiastic. I'm going to be grounded. I'm going to be strong, which is going to allow me to be the other things that I'm going to walk you through: an exemplary husband and father, a social entrepreneur, operating at my peak potential, a philosopher and teacher, and a community leader. So the energy for me is the core of everything. Therefore, I prioritize it above everything because, again, it's the engine that allows me to do everything else. Now, that's what I'm going to experience. Now, what's the number one daily habit that I need to engage in such that I have a shot slash being a world-class athlete and being able to compete in the way I just described is a natural byproduct. For me, it's very, very simple. I'm going to show up on the trail at sunrise every single day in 2017. If I'm traveling, fine, I'll be up sunrise and I'll be wherever I'm going to be on that day. And when I do that workout, I do different things, which I've described in different videos. I don't need to go into that right now. But that's my number one. And I'm going to get plus 1% better every single day. I don't go nuts on any given workout. I want to get to the starting line and then the finish line. So no injuries allowed. I don't believe in 110%. I don't like 110%, 80%. But I show up every single day. And you show up every single day and you're willing to just go just a little bit past where you were before. And I'm literally talking a tiny, tiny bit. But you show up daily and you aggregate and you compound that over time. That incremental optimization, aggregated, compounded over time equals magic, equals, for me, world-class athlete. So that's something I'm excited about. And there we go. Who am I at my best? What am I going to experience? Why am I going to do it, right? Start with the why. And then what am I going to do to make that happen? Family. I want to be an exemplary husband and father. That's who I am at my best, an exemplar. I love that word, an exemplar, an example of what's possible as a husband and father. It's not enough for me to just do the entrepreneurial stuff. I want to be a great dad and a great husband. What is that going to look like for me? Well, I'm going to be present. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be fun. And I'm going to be playful. Those are some of the qualities that I'm going to experience, that I'm going to embody in order to be me at my best family-wise. Okay, well, what's the number one habit I'm going to engage in? The number one habit is shut down complete. There's a number I could choose from, but this is the one that I'm currently thinking is the most empowering. Now, I might change that. I might find that something else is actually the number one keystone habit. For right now, I'm willing to go with that and test that. Shut down complete. What that means for me is that when my day's over, my day's done, and I'm 100% engaged with the family, present, loving, kind, patient, fun, playful. Now that for me is pretty early. I get up pretty early, so that's like a 5 p.m.-ish kind of thing, right? Done. No longer thinking about business, the phone's off and away, the computer's off and away, etc. Now, there you go. So more we can talk about there, but that's the basic idea there, which is going to help me achieve all these other things and make being an exemplary husband and father a natural byproduct, because I'm going to be present, guaranteed, for that period of the day, every single day. Exciting for me. Service. So how am I going to give myself to the world? I've got my energy that I'm striving to dial in. I'm committed to being a great husband and father. Now, service. For me at my best in those domains include being a social entrepreneur, a powerful social entrepreneur, making a difference in the world using business as a force for heroic good. And something I'm really, really proud of. Our business, as you know, is a public benefit corporation. We're a C Corp with a paragraph in our charter that says we are not exclusively focused on making our investors money. Of course, we need to make our investors money, but we are fiduciarily responsible for optimizing our relationship for all of our stakeholders, which includes society, the acronym that the great teachers talk about, Raj Sisodia, John Mackey, etc. Society, partners, investors, customers, and employees. Each of our stakeholders are going to be served as profoundly as we can serve them in my role as a social entrepreneur. Again, something I'm very excited about and proud of. We'll talk a lot more about in the years ahead. I want to be a great philosopher and teacher, very important to me, and a community leader, both online and offline at our new Oasis. So those are words that have meaning for me. As I cultivate my self-image across these domains, I, throughout the day, remind myself of this standard that I'm striving to embody, right? Little mantras that I have going through the day. Now, what am I going to experience as I step into this best version of myself? Well, I'm going to be wise. I'm going to be clear. I'm going to be committed. I'm going to be bold and grounded. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be service-oriented. I'm going to be playing the long game, right? Not all short-term, long game vision. And I'm going to create masterpiece days to connect the dots. Okay, cool. That's what I'm going to experience. Now, what's my number one thing I'm going to do on a daily basis? Very, very simple. Every single AM, I get up, do the meditation, do the movement, and then I do what I'm calling a hero's map, which is the journaling on this side of the page, right? Refresh myself anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes of reflection. And then before I do anything else, I'm doing my deep work. So when I do this reflection on the business and vision and personal goals, etc., it becomes very obvious what the next most important thing is to do for my vision, right? What's my AM1, number one project? I do that before I do anything else online. Now, again, I show up on the trail every single morning. I'm going to be a pretty good athlete by the end of the year, right? Pushing myself just a little bit more every day. I show up every single day and I do my best work first thing on the most important thing that we need to get done. I'm going to be a pretty good social entrepreneur, philosopher, and teacher, and community leader. Every single day, aggregated, compounded over time equals magic. So that's a quick look, actually kind of somewhat longer look at some of the stuff we're going to be unpacking in future classes. Think about your three: energy, family, service. Who are you at your best? What's your vision? And then what are you going to experience? What's your why for making that vision a reality? And then always most importantly, what are you going to do? And what are you going to do on a daily basis? It's non-negotiable, 100% done. You're not going to be perfect about it, right? But you get back up and you do it the next day if you fall short. What is that for you? Think about it. And there you go. For those of you who are going to be watching Greatest Year Ever live streamed, awesome. For those of you that are going to be there in Ojai, awesome. Can't wait to give you a hug and high five. And then, of course, Hero Training 101, we're actually going to be setting up new dates. We've already had requests. Some people can't make the April 21st to 23rd date. So we're going to be setting up some new dates for that as well. There you go. Have an awesome day. See ya.